Okay, so let me start with my introduction. So, as you know, my name is Pankaj, and I have like more than 13 years of experience in IT industry. And when it comes to teaching, I have more than 10 years of experience in teaching. Actually, I love teaching, so I do this, part time. Sometimes I do full time, but nowadays I'm doing it part time teaching. So this is, and when I teach, like I'm covering all full stack topics. So it depends what kind of students I'm taking, and according to their understanding, their knowledge, their experience, I add topics or remove topics. So what you guys are up to? Let's start with Farah. Let's start with you. Okay, and I'm also sharing my screen as well, so I can give you some like idea how things are working from my end. um
Hello.
yes, now you're audible. I hope my screen is also visible to you, Farah.
Yeah, it's visible.
Okay, fine. So this is some screenshot which I usually show people who starts with me. And definitely this is like kind of a filter topic, not all. So yeah, Farah, tell me about yourself, like experience, your education, just in three, four statements, not much.
Yeah. My name is Farah. So I studied my master's in management information systems from Lamar University this December. I graduated.
Okay.
I have 2 years of experience in the TCS as information processing specialist, but there I never like used Java. So this is my like I have basic like knowledge,
Hmm.
but no in-depth knowledge. Like I can't code using the Java and all such things.
Okay, so have you ever done any programming? Like you were always in TCS, so what you did there?
In TCS, it was like not on a particular technology. It was more on data,
Data, I didn't get it. Like what data means?
data processing with the client tool. I was trained on a client tool.
Okay, okay, some tool. So
Yeah.
any experience with any programming language, even in your studies?
Yeah, I have learned C in my graduation, UG, and as well as here
Okay, fine.
SQL,
SQL, you knows. Great.
SQL. Yeah,
Any front-end technology like JavaScript frameworks, Angular, React, TypeScript,
I
or HTML, CSS?
Angular, JavaScript, all these in my first semester in one of the subjects, applications development subject, internet applications. In that I studied, but not too much
Okay, fine.
because it was like foundational level
Hmm.
class.
Right, right. Okay, great, clear. So you don't have a much idea about even Java.
Yeah, on Java.
Okay, so if I give you some terms like object, classes, methods,
Yeah, classes, object, I know that
loops.
because, yeah, loops, all that.
Okay, so you have a basic idea like how programming language
Yeah,
works because it is
yeah,
not about Java,
word.
right? You
Yes,
can see
yes.
these terms in in every language. Okay, great.
Yeah, other languaging as well. Yeah.
Okay, great. Okay, Farah. Okay, I got some idea. Thank you. Thank you much. Okay, Krishna, what about you, dear?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Tell me about yourself.
So I have 4 years of experience, and in that 2 years, I worked as a consultant business analyst for one of the startup company, and also I've handled a couple of projects where it is completely related to coding and all.
Hmm.
And I have a developing team where I used to coordinate with the developing team and also with the clients, getting the requirements from the clients and explaining the client requirements to the developing team and getting things done. And again, um, testing the developed application by myself, and then after that I had to present it to the client. So that's how I finished like couple of projects for Arabindo and for the police department in Hyderabad and Andhra
Okay.
Pradesh,
Hmm.
and also um, and for another 2 years, I worked with the Indian School of Business as an associate in data science department, and my major contribution for that role is to handle the work in SAP material management, and yep, that's all. I have the experience, and
Hmm.
also I did my prior to that work experience, I did my bachelor's in mechanical engineering, and then
Hmm. Okay.
I,
Fine.
now I've completed my master's in management information systems.
Okay. So you're doing in management in masters in management and switching to this IT, huh?
No,
Even you
no,
have experience.
yeah, this is completely into IT only, where I've
Oh, yeah.
pursued my master's. It's
Okay.
in information systems.
Okay, okay. I thought it's a management part. Okay, great. So you have experience you are doing in masters and graduation in that as graduation for different, huh? Fine.
Yeah.
And which language you use when you're doing projects?
So it is like mix of all, Node.js, front end, back end, and also the um, what do I say, and also the HTML, CSS,
Okay.
and all
So
these.
how much you knows about Java language?
Um, I mean, same. Even with me also. I particularly, I do not have much hands-on experience because I only
Hmm.
just deal with the developing team. So I just
Okay.
explain them and I just monitor.
Right, right.
But still, know few concepts. That's it.
Yeah, you're acting as a BA there, huh?
BA. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, fine, fine. Okay, yeah, so at least you know the terms, you came across multiple concepts, terminologies.
Yes, yes, yes.
So,
Right. Yeah.
okay, that's fine. At least most of the terms will not be alien to you. Okay, what you just said, huh? What is that?
Right. Yeah.
Okay, great. Nice. And did
All right.
third person joined us or we just here only? No. Okay, fine.
Not really.
Great. Okay, nice guys. So, okay, I have an idea that you guys have some experience. Krishna knows more. So, I'm expecting much from your side, Krishna. Okay, I'm expecting some more questions from your side. Okay, when I teach anything, because you know,
Sure.
okay, this as student. So, what else we can do, or how to do this another way, or I mean, any kind of exception or questions can we come from your side.
Sure.
But
Okay.
that's fine. Great. Okay, so let me start with this image. I know this middle one is quite blurry. I don't know when I took this screenshot and I keep using the same screenshot in my first sessions. Okay, so why this is in big box? Because when we say core Java, that's one of the foundation of any framework I would say I mean any framework in Java. Universe we can say word Java word. So whenever you're going to learn any framework, you need to understand its base, the basics of it. So we have to focus much on core Java. Doesn't matter your experience is on 2 years or 3 years or 20 years. Even if that person is going for an interview. Let's suppose there's a guy who is going for one experience or one is going for 10 years experience. Doesn't matter. Questions always starts with core, the basics. The more experience you have, the more deeper question goes. Like why it's happening. On first you can say this happened. Interviewer will be okay, okay, yeah, that this happens. After some years, why this is happening, you know? So that's how question gets deeper. So you have to be very thorough about whatever topic we cover in core Java. Core is a basics, so if you understand core Java, so it will be really easy to work on its frameworks. Since we are
Okay.
going to focus on much on backend side, okay? Backend, we are going to write code and everything on backend side, but definitely we will cover some section of front end, but not much. Because if we talk about everything, so that will take more time, and time is a critical thing here.
Right. Yeah.
Right, so we cannot cover everything in within 2 months. I think you already had discussion with here with her, so she must have told you
Yes.
that we need a time frame. So yeah, I gave her 2 months. Within 2 months we will focus on, I would say 95% will focus on focusing on the backend topics. So when we say
Mhm.
backend topics, so this is something I gave for some guy who was doing going for actually some other topics. So core Java is something. So let's start with this. Let me just zoom in. Oh, Image is got more blurry, but I hope you guys can read it, right?
Yes,
It
yes,
is
yeah.
it is readable. Okay, so whenever any language comes up, so we tend to call this. Even you guys must have heard it. Like this language is object-oriented programming, or it supports object-oriented paradigms. So OOPS, in short, we call that object-oriented programming. So Java is also known as object-oriented programming. That means it deals in objects. In simple words, more you can say a high-level picture that Java deals in object-oriented programming. That's what it do. So we have to start with OOPS concepts. Okay, OOPS. What is OOPS? Next, when we are done with OOPS, again, Java is following up OOPS. It's a one you can say concept. And if any language says that I support object-oriented programming, that means they are creating objects explicitly or implicitly. That depends. But they are dealing with objects. So Java also do that. So we have to learn OOPS concepts. Then we will see how Java supports that object-oriented programming. So that will come from here, from the second line, like classes, interface, abstract class, and method, fields, blocks, static blocks, constructor, array, whatever concepts these are, they are directly or indirectly supporting this object-oriented programming. So the first two topics are about object-oriented programming and the basics of core Java, where we will deal with classes and objects. Simple enough. Once we are done with this first two topics, then we will start with some library stuffs. Like once we are done with core Java, so we have to see where are libraries, core Java libraries, where are these, how Java deals in that. So from that perspective, we will dive into Java libraries. So from here we start with this string. Okay, this is not part of that, but exception handling, IO package, collections, and JDBC. So all these are part of core Java library, where we will use Java libraries for our development or requirements. We sometimes call that business logic. In real time in projects, we call this business logic. You must have heard it, Krishna, huh?
Yep.
Business logic.
Okay.
So when it comes to that, so we are going to use Java library, and inside that library, we will find out multiple packages are there. Packages. Farah, what is packages? Have you heard this term? Packages in
Yep.
Java? No, wait. I asked Farah. Just want to get idea how much she knows about.
Hello.
Yes.
Yeah, I have heard about packages.
Okay. Any idea? A wild guess what this package is? No?
It is to organize
Mm-hmm. Nice. Organize what?
any classes.
Okay. Nice. Yes. Uh, yeah, I would say that's great. So package is simply, yeah, in my class, don't be that bookish term. Just use any term you want. Just explain the concept. That's what I want. So yeah, package is something which organize something. What we do, you can add one term, logical term. Yeah, we logically separate the classes. So how do we arrange or organize things on logical basis? Sometimes I need to create some classes for, let's suppose from PDF writer or PDF reader. So I will create one package for reader purpose. Somewhere I need some utility functions. So I will create one package for utility functions. And let's suppose I'm going to create database connection. So I will create one package for database connections. So you can see that the terms are different. Somewhere I'm connecting database, somewhere I'm reading, somewhere I'm writing. So these are some logical concepts, and based on that we can create packages. So ultimately when we dive into core Java libraries, so we will deal with all the libraries inside core Java. Okay, I think Krishna was you were saying something. I just interrupted you.
No, no, we are good.
Okay, great.
Yep.
Okay, Sabina also joined us. Hey Sabina, you also for the class?
Hi, I'm
Hi.
Sabina. Yes.
Okay. So here we are discussing like what I'm going to include in my class in this whole training,
Mm-hmm.
right? So I just can you just give me a brief intro, like how much you knows programming or your education or any experience in programming, just in 1 minute.
Um,
Yeah.
okay, so my name is Sabina Wasnit. I just recently graduated from University of Louisville. My major was business analytics, so I'm more into data analytics. Till now, I have experience about on little bit in Python, SQL, Power BI. So I would say I'm new to Java.
Mm-hmm.
I've done a little bit of self-study on Java, but I would say I'm a beginning.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
Mm.
Okay, great. So you know Python little bit, huh?
Little bit,
It's
yeah.
fine. So even in Python, we came across multiple terms: classes, variables, functions, inline, or whatever we call that. So are you familiar with these terms which I just said? Classes, objects,
Mm.
variables,
Which one? Like,
all these
oh
things.
yes, little bit. Yeah, little bit.
Okay. So you have you heard these terms? Like objects,
Mm,
what are objects, variables, that way? No?
little bit, little bit.
Okay, so if you say a little bit, that means you have to do lots of study by yourself. Okay.
Okay,
If you say a
okay,
little bit, it's for
okay.
everyone. Yeah, if you say a little bit, that means you have to spend 2x or 3x of time, this training time, one day per
Okay.
day. Okay. I'll give you
Mm-hmm.
idea like how you guys can proceed, because see guys, it's for everyone. We are going to okay. Thanks, Sabine. Okay. Thank you very much. So okay, I
Okay.
have a rough idea what you guys knows, because we are all three will there. So we four people are here, and you guys should know what you guys are doing in your free time. So thing is, if you are here for this training, so 1 hour or 1.5 hour or max to max 2 hours. It depends upon the topic and as per your understanding as well. It's not like I'm going to teach you uh, till that limited fixed time. No, I will stop when I think topic is going further, which is not required at this moment. So idea is, if I teach you 1 hour or 1.5 hour, so you have to just multiply that time in your with your understanding. So if Krishna knows, so I'll say if he knows, so he can spend like 3 hours after the class. So 1 hour with me in the training and 3 hours after the class with that topic, which I'm going to. By the way, I give lots of homework, not for first week. So because you guys have to create your base understanding what we're up to, because Java is language, and you have to take time to understand that particular language. So that's how you have to understand that how much time you have to spend. If you're not spending, that means your core will be weak. Core means the core Java will be weak. And further, when we start with the frameworks like Hibernate and Spring Boot, these are two super powerful frameworks, and there you will guys lag a lot. Believe me, you won't be able to write a code or perform in any project if you're not spending time on core Java. So if Krishna is spending 3 hours, if as he has worked in projects, so that's plus point for him. So you guys, Farah and Sabina, you have to spend at least 4 to 5 hours daily. The homework plus the topic I gave plus what we are covering in the training. If you're not doing it, you are cheating on yourself. Okay, so take it positively and accordingly spend time, because you are here for 2 months with me. So I'll see. I love teaching. If you guys ask me again, I can repeat the topic 10 times. I don't mind it. But after 10 times, 11 time, I will ask. So I need answers. Okay, so that's how you have to split your time. And if you guys are new, that is completely understandable. That you will take time to grasp the topic and write code. That's fine. But yeah, coding is important. It's like mathematics. You cannot just watch coding and understand it. You cannot watch mathematics and solve problems. You have to actually practice it. Same way, you have to write code, a lot of code. Whatever topics in front of your screen is, or whatever I'll come up with, I will let every single example for it. Nothing will be theoretical. Even I don't think I will give you any like documentation or something. I'll definitely suggest some articles, something that you can refer that. But in my class, I'll focus on coding, just pure coding. 99% you will see coding. If I pick any topic, that means I will write code for it. Only then I can make it clear that okay, that's how it works. So likewise, when I give homework, so you have to write code. I'm not asking that you have to think and spend like 2 hours and thinking, okay, what should I write? Copy, open the Google or open ChatGPT. There are lots of tools out there. Just search the topic and copy that code and run in your editor. That's it. Just run your code. See what's happening. That's what I want for next 2 weeks. Just copy paste, copy paste. I don't mind. Copy paste and see whether you are able to compile your code or not. That's one big thing. Compiling is one big issue when you are learning any language. Forget about execution and result. You cannot even compile your code. You will see lots of errors are coming when you copy paste or when you type. You are not able to understand the syntax. So lots of problem will come for first 2 weeks, and that's why I'm asking spend at least 4 to 5 hours to understand this language. Only then 2 months will be enough. Otherwise, forget about timing. There's no time limit for learning any programming language. Still, sometimes I feel still codes are so deep. I have to spend more time, but because of other commitments and stuffs, I cannot do that. So think about you guys where you are standing and accordingly act. Okay, that's about the how you can proceed with. Coming back to the topic, so core Java is something which you have to focus on, and these are the topics which I'm going to cover. and definitely we can plus and minus as per our understanding, as per your guys, as per your response, guys, like how you are responding to the homeworks and the questions what I'm going to ask. So accordingly I'll add or plus like negative the topics. Then after we have to start with advanced Java. So let me do one thing. Let's remove this part. So B for backend. In short, I wrote for someone. So we start with core Java. After core Java, we will jump into advanced Java, and from advanced Java, we will do servlets and GSP. Okay, font is getting big. Okay, so we will do servlet and GSP from advanced Java. This is for web programming. If you have to create any web programming, you should do this, servlets and GSPs. After this, we will jump over to one framework which is really popular and everybody use that. If you are in Java world, that means you must be using Hibernate explicitly. I mean, are you intentionally using it, or without knowing you are using the Hibernate? So that's how even I saw people working in IT industry. They are not aware that you're using Hibernate. They're still using it. So this is for database operations. If you have to deal with any database operation, you can consider Hibernate into it. Then after we will see Spring Core. Actually, it's a part of Spring framework. One huge Java framework. I think sometimes I figured out that there's no limit for it. You can think of any topic and you will find out that Spring framework has a solution for it, or its library is there. So Spring framework has Spring Core, if time permits, and if you guys act as I was saying, so definitely we will cover Spring MVC for web thing. It's for web, and finally we'll start with Spring Boot framework. That's why you guys are here, to understand Spring Boot. So you can see that comes at the end. So to understand Spring Boot, you should know what is core Java, how servlet JSP works, how Hibernate works, then how Spring Core works. This is kind of optional, but at least these things which I am highlighting, all these blue things you should know very thoroughly. Only then you can understand the essence of Spring Boot. Otherwise, you can be a regular developer who gets some task and do the task, and sometimes they're stuck, so they're asking some help from other guys, their teammates, their managers, or XYZ, whatever the reason is. So depends upon you. If you guys really want to perform well in Spring Boot, you guys should know all these blue boxes in very detail, because Spring Boot uses every single thing which I'm highlighting. And this is the concept. I'm not going to teach every single concept from any framework, not required. I'm going to consider those things which are really particular or heavily used in IT industry. As I belong, I work there, so I know which thing is really popular and you should know. So once you are done with this thing, we can say backend task is done for you. And definitely, if time permits, because timing is a constraint, we will also consider JUnit. Okay, we will use here Mockito, one of the framework. So everything is depends upon how you guys are responding in your topics plus your projects as well. So once we are doing Spring Boot, parallelly we will doing a project, and that project will be on Spring Boot. In short, I'm writing Spring Boot. So there we will implementing the all the API stuffs, APIs, then exception handling. Okay, I'm just giving you a raw idea what we have to go do. That's one different thing. Then security. This is one critical thing. Doesn't matter where you're working. If you're going for interview or you're working, definitely this will be asked by someone, maybe your colleague or your interviewer, that how you are managing, how you are securing your Spring Boot application. So security is one critical stuff. So we will use here OAuth. Okay, OAuth. This is done. Wait, so in this project we are going to implement lots of stuff. So I just give you a rough idea of what we are up to. APIs, and definitely when we say API, so it's going to be connect. We are going to use MySQL database. So operation will be performed on this database, and these are just three points. But don't worry, we will do lots of stuffs here. I don't want to add here. So these are the topics for Java. This for project, and in between we will do some, not all, but some basics of HTML, CSS. Okay, when we do server JSP, and let me write here as well. When we say advanced Java, so we will do, this is about web thing. So when we do web, so that means at least we need to create some certain files. So HTML or CSS depends upon our requirement, because if I switch to front end, so your focus will be shifted from back end to front end side, which I really don't want. So I'll try my best to keep you focused on back end side, because back end is must. Once you know back end, front end is quite easy. Believe me, if you have to spend like in 8 hours, let's say if you're working in 8 hours, so you have to spend at least 6 to 7 hours on back end, and 1 hour to 1.5 hour or max 2 hours on front end. That's the ratio works on. Back end is really critical, and that's the base of any project. Back end has a really heavy weight. So once we are done with all the topics, we might again all depends upon terminology terms. We will start with some Docker. Okay, I'll give you an idea of Docker, and we will also deploy the, in short of writing, Spring Boot on Docker. Okay, so we will all see how Docker works and how you can run its command. It's all about executing some commands. So we will deploy those Spring Boot applications on Docker to see how it works. So this is really important because containers are kind of critical nowadays. Everyone needs that. So think about, we have to cover all these stuffs in our training. Now backend side is done. And any question here till now?
Pankaj,
Yeah.
are we about to learn anything about server in the Java? I mean, like whenever when we deploy anything,
Mhm.
so we also need some server kind of thing, right?
Yeah, we will cover in server JSP there because it's a web thing. So there we will
Okay.
understand Apache Tomcat.
Okay.
So we
Yeah.
will integrate that server in our Eclipse. Okay, by the way, we are going to use the tool Eclipse for
Yep.
starting
Okay.
purpose. There we will do that. Okay.
Yep. Sure.
Yeah. Okay. So this is done. So database side, we have multiple databases out there. So you can pick any of it. I always pick MySQL because this is kind of a straightforward, to the point thing. We don't have to do much configuration. See guys, idea is you are not supposed to install softwares on your Unix or Linux machines in real world. You are going to use Windows machine or max to max some Apple machines. So you have to just install and use them. So MySQL is one of the simplest tool where you just have to click or double click or run as something, and the software will be installed in your machine. That much you have to do without spending much energy like how to do that on this. So I believe MySQL is one of the simplest and cool tool for using or performing any database operation. So that's why we will pick MySQL. Why? Again, the reason is I want you guys to focus energy on writing code, not on downloading and setting all these stuffs. That will consume a lot of time. Believe me, sometimes it takes 2 to 3 hours just to set up the softwares. I have seen, even I have faced in my earlier days when I was doing by my own without taking any help. So it takes time unless someone is guiding you. So that's why we will pick MySQL. And if you knows SQL queries, and you all of you said that we know some or a little bit or intermediate language knowledge of this SQL language. So we will definitely do that as well. We will write some SQL scripts, and once we are done with this core Java, so from core Java we will, as already mentioned here, JDBC, Java Database Connection. So that we are going to pick from here. Plus, when we do advanced Java, again we will connect with MySQL. When we will do Hibernate, it is all about database. Again, we will connect with MySQL. Spring Framework, again with MySQL. And finally, when we do Spring Boot, again MySQL. That means doesn't matter which technology we are going to learn, from core Java to Spring Boot, we will deal with database a lot. And this is the actual or critical thing. Doesn't matter in which project, in which company you're working. Either it's a startup or a MNC, a big MNC, Google, Meta, whatever you can pick up, they are at some point connecting with database, XYZ database, doesn't matter. So from your backend code to database is one of the critical things. So that's why when we do this kind of learning from this technologies to framework, we are going to use this kind of operation from core Java to MySQL, advanced to MySQL, Hibernate, and all that stuff is going, like once we do some basic idea how things works, and then ultimately the end goal is we will connect our application, our backend code with database. So this is important, critical. That's why we will revise it multiple times, like four or five times in a different way. So somewhere it will be stored in memory. Okay, so that's how we connect with database. So I just give some idea like database terms like MySQL or Oracle, Postgres, some softwares. Some non-SQLs are like MongoDB, Cassandra. I just gave a list of it. And then it comes to tool like which IDE we are going to use. Integrated Development Environment. So we will pick Eclipse for our initial setup or initial learning. Till Spring Core or Spring MVC, I will use Eclipse. As soon as we jump to Spring Boot, I will definitely show you how to work in Eclipse. And if you guys are okay, and if you guys are okay with Eclipse, then we will move to IntelliJ. Because you guys should be very particular about which ID you are using and how to deal or work in that ID. There is no restriction and nobody give you a choice. Okay, you can use whatever you want. No, we have a certain policy and you have to use this software only. Sometimes it happens. So you should know at least multiple IDs. So Eclipse and IntelliJ we are going to cover in our training, and these are the mostly used softwares in industry, Eclipse or IntelliJ. Then we have to decide which version. So already mentioned here, either you can go for JDK 14, but I suggest leave the 14. Either let me get rid of this line actually. So make sure guys versioning is really critical. Don't just pick any random numbers. Please, if you have that in your machine, ignore that, uninstall that, remove that. You should have only one version in your system, either 17 or just make it 17. It's fine. JDK 17 should be in a machine. That's it. If you have other versions, uninstall it. The reason is when we do programming, sometimes we are going to use some older libraries or latest libraries. So that will conflict with your JDK version. So make sure that you have a 17 version. If you have other version, please uninstall and download this JDK from Oracle website. And for MySQL, we will use MySQL 8.x. That means 8.1, 2, 3, 4, whatever. So you can have it. Don't go for other or like latest versions. Don't just be like click and software and then have that version right with you. No. Be specific. We are going to use JDK 17, MySQL 8, and for IntelliJ, not IntelliJ, Eclipse. Eclipse, we have to use 2023 version 03. Okay, and let me show you this Eclipse. About even giving a screenshot. So make sure that you are using this version. Just you can see I have some code right here. Someone was using some different version and that person was facing issue all because of the version. So don't get, and that guy spent almost 1 day to resolve that issue, but that didn't get resolved. So make sure that you are using the same version I'm giving you. Don't play with the version. These are really critical, and you should know which version you're using. And when you say cmd commands, Java version, so I'm using 20 here, but on my Eclipse I'm using different version. So let me paste this as well for you guys. Okay, and in Eclipse I'm using 17. There it is, 17. Okay, so 17 version should be in a machine. It's in. I just want to highlight the how to check the version if you don't know how to check the version. So I don't think you guys need my help to install these two softwares. Eclipse don't need any installation. Just download and it's good. If you want, I can help you with this. Eclipse 2023 -03. So go for the download section and make sure that you are downloading this one, Java and web developers. Don't go for this one. If you have this machine, again keep it somewhere, or if you're not using it, delete it. But make sure that you are using this one. Let's pick this one because it shows the version as well. So I told you that which version, what to download. So please follow accordingly. Otherwise, you will face lots of issues and errors when we move to frameworks. In core Java, it will work fluently without any issue, and you will good. Okay, everything's working. And he was mentioning this version, that version. When you start with frameworks, it will start conflicting with the version. So GTK version 17, Eclipse 2023 version, and MySQL 8.x. So you have to keep this version intact. Don't go for other version. If you have issue, we can resolve it. And now, one important thing, when we are doing projects, we will cover this topic parallelly while you guys are working on project. Thing is, this topic is really, really critical, and you cannot just write code and remember it for 2 months. It happens because for we will cover core Java in within 3 weeks max, or max to max, yeah, 3 weeks max. So within 3 weeks we will done with the core Java. Then we will do lots of stuffs. So it's not possible to cover every like remember every single concept. And Java 1.8 features are really critical. They are sometimes easy, but easy to forget. This is what I understood when I was teaching this topic. So people come to know, they get familiar with the topic, they get master the topic, but when but when they reach these topics, Spring Boot and stuffs, they forgot what is 1.8 features. And if they knows, they forgot the how to implement it. So when you are running with your project, we will do these topics parallelly. That means you guys are writing code, I'll give you homework, do the stuffs, go back, Google it, search it, chat GPT, it doesn't matter, find out a solution, implement that, and when you come back, I'll go through your code, your implementations, and then I'll pick the topics. And whatever topics which I skipped for last minute topics, that I will cover. Oops. Okay, so I'm done. Any question or question? So tell me any question or any doubt regarding anything like timing or topics or how much time, or when we will connect it. Any question. Open to any question for now. All good. No questions. Okay.
No questions.
Okay. Great. Okay, that's fine. When time will come, I will have
Pankaj,
lots of questions. Yeah.
Pankaj, I have in my system, I have 2023-09 and
Okay.
2024-03 versions of
Oh,
Eclipse.
okay. So 23 use 2023. Don't go for latest one.
2023-09 would
Yeah.
be
Yeah, that's fine.
good.
It will work.
Okay, okay,
See why? Okay. Thank you. So thing is, why I'm asking this question, because we are going to use Java 17, and if you use latest version of any JDK, that might not be compatible with the older version because it's 2025 now. So people will
right.
pick, they everyone wants latest thing, but when it comes to software, pick don't pick just with the flow. You have to like decide which version we have to work on, because you have to make your project build as well. Forget about execution. You cannot even compile your code without proper or correct versions. If Maven, I hope you have heard that. So Maven will not tolerate this thing, and it will fail your build. It says, okay, your this file or that version is not coming up. It is kind of a mismatch when we building it. So that's where things get critical. So I just want to take this thing from the starting, that okay, don't go for the wrong versions. So 23 9 version, that see the 3 9 6, these are some months. 3 for March, 6 for June, or 9 for September. Okay. So these are releases
O-
version. So
Okay,
okay, so you can have that.
okay.
Okay, so I guess you guys have no question. And
Yeah.
any okay. Fine. So that's how if you guys haven't Farah and have you used that this software, Sabina?
No, I haven't used, so I'm trying to figure out everything in my laptop right now.
Okay. Okay.
And I'm looking for a download option and set up everything.
What's the OS you're using? Windows or
Sorry,
Mac?
sorry,
Windows or Mac?
Mac.
Array, you're using Mac. You know what? Mac has a tendency to ignore like giving errors with MySQL.
Mhm.
It is really bad with the MySQL. People will never get MySQL installation in one go. And if you're new, you will see lots of issues with MySQL. Sabina. Okay.
Should I try with
Yeah.
another window laptop then?
If you have that, so please use Windows for your development and learning purpose. Otherwise, you will fighting with the installation. Don't you will not get enough time for your development.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. If you even have a Windows 10, that will also work. Even Windows 7 will work. Don't worry about that. But if you have Windows machine, so try to use that for your development. If you're doing it
Okay.
first time, experienced person can work with the software. They know how to tackle the issues.
Mhm.
So again, I just want to save yours time so you can focus on
Mm,
programming.
okay.
Yeah. So how it works, I already gave you a link. I mean, this is the
Mm-hmm.
screen. Just download Eclipse. Don't need any installation. Just unzip it and you're ready to go. It's like a plug and play thing. JDK you
Okay.
can get from the Oracle. Again, be
Mm-hmm.
precise what you're looking for. Just type JDK 17 download. So it will take you that archive of Oracle, and make sure that you're using 64
Mac.
yeah. So yeah, if you're using Mac, so accordingly pick the version, and
Okay.
it needs account on Oracle. So make sure that you
Mm-hmm.
have it. If you click, so it will ask you to log in. Otherwise, I already logged in, so that's why it's not asking me. Otherwise, it will ask you to log in.
Okay.
Next
Okay.
is MySQL. So Oracle is done. That is done. MySQL 8. Not MySQL actually. MySQL Workbench. We need Workbench. Download. So it will take you this website, and make sure that you're not downloading this version 41. No, it's not that small. You have to click on this. Guys, watch. Okay, by the way, you will get the recording. I'll share it there. Go to download, and this is the one for Windows. And accordingly, you can switch operating system, then pick it accordingly. Okay.
Okay.
So this is for Windows 306 MB. So 8 point,
Okay.
this is an 8.0.40. So I hope you guys know where to download these things. So we need these three steps, and I think I should stop here. So you take your time, install these steps. We can connect tomorrow at the same time, and then tomorrow onwards we will take definitely some baby steps like how to set up workspace, how to create very first project, how to execute that hello or welcome something. People tend to say I'll print hello world or something. So we'll do also that way. So this is the idea. So I'm not going to do any kind of programming today. Just give you idea like what software you needed and how to program with that. Okay, one more thing. You guys already noticed that I'm creating some paint images. So what I'll do, I will share these images plus the code. You can see I have some projects here. So I will share these projects on that Google Drive. So make sure that you are dropping your email IDs on WhatsApp group. So I will add you in that particular uh, what do you call that group on Google Drive. So you can access that and take all the images and code from there. And for this recording, we are definitely you can get recording from the Zoom from these guys. Otherwise, I will upload them on YouTube. I have my own YouTube channel. It's not that working great. I have again all timing issues, but you can always refer that. Okay, so let me give you that as well. Oh,
Pankaj,
yep.
I have a question with the MySQL download.
Okay.
So we don't have Windows 64-bit MSI installer for the
Yeah. Right.
MySQL.
Just
So it's only 32-bit.
no. It has ATX. This is the one. Yeah, it has 32-bit, so you can download it. Don't worry, it will work.
Okay, okay, all right.
So yeah, I was saying this. So I will upload all these videos here. Okay, so you can access it from this website. Okay, and whenever I add you, so you will get the notification that the video is uploaded. So you can guys access the videos. I'm already recording it. Plus, you can get the same recording on Zoom as well. But sometimes these guys will take some time and upload it lately. So I will upload on the same day. So you guys, we will be all the same page. Okay. Any other thing, guys?
Sure.
Anything else? Yeah, Krishna.
No, that's it. Yeah.
Okay, I thought you were saying if you guys can download it right away if you want, or offline if you want, you can do it that as per your recording.
Okay. I mean, in our machine, it is already downloaded. So,
Hmm.
yeah, I mean, it is already preset everything.
Right. Right. Okay. Clear.
I mean, we used to work on the assignments on the
Right.
and all this, right?
Right.
So,
You know what? Now I have a challenge because I have to manage you and plus these two guys as well. He knows most of things. These guys are new. They're fresh. They are still, copying. Okay, what these guys are talking about. Okay, Farah,
okay.
where are we right now? Okay, thank you. Yeah, Farah, what do you think? Are we on same page? What we're up to, how we are going to proceed, what software we needed? Are we clear on that?
Yes,
Okay.
I we both, me and
Hmm.
Vamsi, we both studied in the
Oh.
same like course. So I too did my assignments on Eclipse.
Oh, nice. So you're familiar with the clips. That's great.
Yeah,
Cool. Cool. Okay. Okay. Much more relief for my energy. Okay. What about
yeah.
you? Thanks, Vara. Yes, Avina. What about you, dear? So, anything we are getting from this discussion?
So
Yeah.
I did some what do you say, a self-study about Javas and all, and I did heard
Huh.
about everything that you're saying. And now like I'm recalling what I watched the video, what people were talking about this and that. So
Okay.
I'm trying to download.
Hmm.
I have one extra laptop, so I'll try it on window first and then I'll try on my laptop. Um,
Hmm.
as for now, I'm good. Like
Okay, fine, fine. Okay, try your best. If see the thing is, guys. Okay, yeah, thanks, Abhinav. See, guys, it's for everyone. We are right now learning. After 2 or 3 months, we definitely get some job or some work out there, and then we will be a developer. Once you become developer, that means you have to do everything by yourself. Even you face any challenge while compiling your code is saying red. You have to fix it by yourself. Yep, you have to use your experience, and if you're not getting it, and obviously that will happen if you're doing it first time or doing it after some time or long time, so you have to use some tools. So nowadays we have ChatGPT, so just copy that error and paste in ChatGPT. You will get lots of solutions. Don't use Google as well. ChatGPT is quite good nowadays. It is really efficient. Even sometimes when I am working in my projects, I used to do that. I just give some keywords there, because I have a much more experience with you guys. So I know what exactly I have to enter, and that will come with the time. So try to use these tools in your daily programming. Even you're learning and you get any exception or your red line, sometimes Eclipse says something, error is coming up. So just read that error, hover your mouse on that red line, you will get some message from the tool. Just copy that. If it's not possible, type it on ChatGPT and enter. You will see lots of solutions. It will give you solutions. So when you install, because installation is one big thing, the very first step towards learning development or in learning any programming language. So 7 minutes for you. So if you face any challenge
mm-hmm,
while installing any software, because I guess you're doing it first time, all these three sort of things, huh?
mm-hmm, yes.
Right. So might be with the JDK you might face some issue. Eclipse is good.
Mm-hmm.
Just download and unzip. It will work. MySQL, I'll suggest. Are you guys like at same place or connected with some different locations? You're at office there
Mm-hmm.
at Silverway?
No, I'm at my house.
Okay, okay. You're
So
at the house.
different locations.
Locations. Okay, okay. Fine. Okay. Initially people tend to come at Silverway and then we connect. So, okay, in that case, try your best. If something is not working, ping in the WhatsApp that you are not able to install this thing.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'll connect and try to help in that installation part, because that's a critical thing,
Okay.
right? But again,
Okay.
if you face an issue or error is coming up, so try to resolve by your end. That will give you practice for next 2 months and upcoming years.
Okay.
Yeah, Krishna.
Pankaj, so I just launched Eclipse Workspace,
Mm-hmm.
and there is something called login for the project. It is asking for me the password. I mean, without this, I mean, I used this one when I was in college.
You can
Uh,
you can share your screen. Don't worry.
yeah.
Share is always option. Share. Let's see what's coming up.
Can you see my screen?
Yes, visible.
This one. I mean, without this, I can write the code, right?
Hmm. Okay, now it's visible to me. So yeah, cancel this one. Not required. Uh, how come this came up? Did you create any project or what?
Yep.
This old
We used
project.
to create write codes
Okay.
in this one,
That's a
like whatever the professor
uh,
says. So,
this is a Git library. You can see it's connected with Git. So
so I can delete this one, right?
you can close it if you are using it in if you're not sure, then you can close it. See, there's a button in middle. Close. No, right click on the project name. Right click on the project name, and in middle you will see close. Just close that one. Close. Middle
Oh,
center.
close project.
Close project here.
Okay.
So it will just take it there. So it won't get deleted, and it won't kind of it won't interrupt you while doing some programming or development.
Okay. So if
So
I want to start fresh, like
huh,
just go to the new
new and
and
projects, right? And okay, lots of. Have you installed some plugins as well? I can see, huh? That's why you get lots of options.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, okay. Mongoose.
And what about in this one?
What is that? System connection? You don't need that. It's a new BW project. You are picking something else. You have to pick Java project, not BW project. File, new, Java project. You don't have that. Click for other. See, by the way, I'm going to cover this tomorrow. So if you want,
Okay.
you can try by hand. Otherwise, click on other. Okay, you're already sharing, so let me show you. We will definitely do it tomorrow. Other and type Java on that type text field. Scroll. Can you see some? This one. See, Java project. There it is, Java project. Next, give some name and finish. Don't give spaces. Never give space on your project. Hyphen,
Okay.
underscore, nothing. Yeah, and finish. Yes, open perspective, and that's it. Your project is ready on left side. It has some issues, build path and JRE system. So try to solve it. I won't help you in this. Okay, try to see what's the issue. Just copy and paste and see what solution you will get. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Otherwise, we'll fix
All
it
right.
tomorrow together.
Okay. Sure.
Okay. Fine. Okay, so Farah, fine. So try to, okay, already have it. You said it. So that's great. So I gave you idea like what's our path, how we are going to learn all these stuffs. So we are going to follow along. And for first week, I will definitely slow. So everyone will be on same page. Everything will be smooth, looks simple. I'll at least try my best to make it simple for you guys. And as we progress, definitely things will get complex. So spend some time. So yeah, that's it from my end. Anything else? Nothing. So we can wrap up for today and connect at same time. And tomorrow we will see how to create workspace for Eclipse in an efficient way. Then we will create a project. We will write some basic code and we will see how it is coming up. Then we'll start with object-oriented programming concepts. Okay. So no question. Again asking.
No.
Okay, Krishna. Fine.
Uh,
Okay,
Thank you,
Farah.
Pankaj.
Okay, thank you
Thank
guys.
you.
Okay, so let's meet tomorrow and be prepared for all the softwares. Huh? At least we need at least Eclipse and JDK. MySQL can wait, but we need the very first day. Very first day we need JDK and Eclipse. So be ready for that. Otherwise, take some time. And yeah, Sabina, please try your best to have that different Windows machine if you can get it. Because on Mac you will face lots of issues if you don't have much experience on development and handling these tools.
Okay.
And once you have the setup, so that will be see then we will see how we can proceed further. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so let's meet tomorrow. Bye bye, take care, have a great day.